Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be No Longer A Wussy. Well, I've got an email here from a guy who, I guess it was back in November, I did a video, and he basically says that I just completely tore him a new asshole. And I guess I did answered two of his emails in two different videos. And he's made a huge turnaround. He took the ass lashing that I gave him, and he took some action, and a lot of things have changed for the better in his life. So before we get into it, I got a quote I want to share with you, and then we're going to jump right into his email and hear about his great success. It says, one of the greatest things you can do to enhance your success, happiness, and confidence is to start doing the things you really want, but that scare the crap out of you. It means to do the things you know you need to do despite the consequences, risks, and potential for failure. Progress always involves risk. It is impossible to get to second base while keeping your foot firmly planted on first base. Unsuccessful people bullshit themselves and tell themselves all kinds of ridiculous stories as to why they should not go for what they want. They literally talk themselves right out of everything they really want and want to become in life. Instead of taking action, they make excuses. Accomplishing your goals often takes many years and even decades of consistent action, even when it seems hopeless. Taking action, learning from your mistakes and failures, adapting your approach along the way, and persevering without exception is essential to accomplishing your dreams and creating your dream life. Without employing these principles, you're just another unsuccessful dreamer, not a doer. It's the difference that makes a difference between mediocrity and magnificence. So let's go ahead and jump into the first guy's email here. He says, "Hey Coach, I've written you twice before and you ripped me apart both times. Thank you for that." You're welcome. My pleasure. My job as a coach is not to sit here and blow fucking sunshine up your ass. It's to point out exactly where you're going wrong, what you're doing right, and what you need to do differently. Because I've only got a short time to spend with you, and I want you to get the most out of it. He says, your advice really works and it helped turn me into a man. Prior to reading your book and watching your videos, I was clueless with women. You replied to my last email in the video that you did titled, Be Bold and Take Risks Without Fear. And on my website, I'll actually put a link to that article so you can go back. He said he was actually the second emailer in that video. So if you want to see where he was and where he is now, which is that 4 or 5 months later, you can check that out. He says, I was a second emailer who was completely clueless and took off my pants. I'm sure you'll get a good laugh when you remember the specifics of that pathetic night. Obviously, he was in the process of trying to seduce a girl. And I don't really remember because I haven't watched the video again, but I'm sure it was pretty funny, especially if he says so. Which is a good thing because that tells me that he's not taking himself so seriously and he can laugh at himself. That's why I talk about all the fuck-ups and things that I've been through in my life, and I don't have a charge on it anymore. It doesn't affect me. It's just part of what made me into the man that I am today. And that's the way you need to look at all of your failures and your challenges and your setbacks in life, is that these are the things, difficult things that you go through, difficult circumstances. That's what makes you tough. It makes you emotionally tough and mentally tough and spiritually tough, because as life goes on, you take on bigger and bigger challenges, and things, the bigger the challenges are that you're taking on, the bigger the risks, the bigger the potential for failure. It's like it's just like working out. You don't go to a gym and have one amazing workout, just like you see in the movies. There's always the guys trying to plan this ridiculous, amazing, ultimate date that wins the girl over. It's like you don't walk into a gym and have one amazing workout and then you walk out looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger did back when he was Mr. Olympia. It takes time and repetition. With anything in life that you want to become good at that you're presently not good at, it's time and repetition. You have to do the work. It's like what Ray Lewis said, grinding is my rest. In other words, when other guys are sitting at home sipping cocktails by the pool, he's out riding his bike, he's running, he's lifting weights, he's doing the training. That it's like Jerry Rice. He said, today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't. I mean, Jerry Rice is the best NFL receiver to ever play the fucking game. The man was an absolute master. He was a competitor. And it's like I love studying successful people like that because they're willing to do the things that everybody else isn't willing to do. It's like why I have the success that I have in the business that I have today. I spent many years trying to figure out my business model, and I got people around me going, oh, that's a fucking stupid. Oh, you've been holding on to this for 3 years. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. You had all this money and success when you're in real estate. Look at you now. You sleep on your dad's couch. You're a fucking loser, man. You lost it. Fuck you, bastards. Look where I am now. These schmucks, they're still doing the same thing, working for somebody else. And not living up to their full potential, and they're fucking miserable. Perseverance is one of the most important things that you can do in life. When you know what you want and you have a passion for it and you pursue it relentlessly and you just make yourself to the point where you're mentally tough and you're not going to accept anything less than what you want, you'll find a fucking way. You'll keep driving. You'll keep pushing forward. Just like I remember back when I played football in high school. It's like you'd hit that sled and the coach would be on it and he'd be going, drive, 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 drive. Keep driving your legs. Don't stop. Drive, drive, drive. And even when the sled's not going anywhere, your legs are still pumping. And if you ever watch guys playing NFL football, when they hit a big pile, the running back or whoever's got the ball, and they're not going anywhere, watch their feet. Their feet are pumping away, digging, and then they're twisting, turning the body, and eventually sometimes, boom, they spin out, and they break out for an amazing run. That's where that shit pays off. And it pays off. It's a great metaphor for life. You hit an obstacle, you keep fucking driving your legs, you keep moving forward, even when it seems hopeless. It's the only way you're going to get there. It's like you're not a loser until you quit trying. He says, anyway, after you ripped me apart in that video, I ended up getting a shoulder tattoo that reads, be bold and take risks. Damn, dude, that's a fucking serious level of commitment. That's fucking awesome, man. So for the rest of your life, even like when you're old and everything's sagging, you're all hunched over, you're going to have that fucking tattoo. Huh. You'll always remember that. That's pretty cool. He says, having this tattoo, don't anybody go and get a fucking tattoo. If I ever see something, I've seen people, like LeBron James, dude shows up and he's got this big tattoo of him on his back and his leg. I'm thinking, come on, man. It's a little ridiculous. But that's a great tattoo, by the way. Be bold and take risks. And listen to what he says. He says, having this tattoo helped hold me accountable to act in the ways that you teach. I met this gorgeous girl on the dating app Tinder and went on 3 dates with her over Christmas break. I later found out that this girl had over 2,000 matches on this site. She's hot. I didn't kiss her the first 2 dates because I had a cold sore, but I was definitely bold on the 3rd date. We were walking from the parking lot towards an indoor entertainment facility, and I randomly swooped her off her feet, kissed her, and carried her to the entrance. Look at you, fucking Prince Charming. Charming James Bond, look at that. That's fucking awesome. He says, we had fun at Dave & Buster's type of place, and were intimate later that night. Most women will sleep with a guy by the 2nd or 3rd date, and look at that. Right on the 3rd date, bing. The two of us grew up in the same hometown, but we went to separate colleges, so we saw each other without being exclusive for about 3 months. During this time, I would try to see her once every 2 to 3 weeks. I would wait for her to reach out to me, and when she did, I would set up a Skype date or arrange to see her. All a guy really has to do is to initiate the courtship, to make those first couple of dates. And once a woman gets to a point where she feels safe and comfortable, a lot of times it's after you're intimate, she's going to start calling you or texting you within a day or two. And you just use that as the next opportunity to set the next date. It's really that simple. Then she starts to learn that, wow, every time I call this guy, he wants to see me. Remember, it's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And so when she starts to wonder about you and wonder if you're going to call again, do you still care about her? And that great sex that you had the other night, was it just a one-time thing? Is he ever going to call me again? Am I going to see him again? Is it going to work out? And she'd send you a text like, hey, I was thinking about you. Hey, I saw a TV show. Or hey, I was reading a book. Or I saw a billboard and it reminded me of you. That means what that means, it communicates, is that she's gotten to a place where she's a little unsure of herself, and now she's reaching out to determine whether you still desire her and you still find her beautiful and she's still special to you. And of course, you're always going to be like, hey babe, it's really great to hear from you. I'd love to see you. When are you free to get together next? And you make the next date. Because after those first couple of dates that you set where you're initiating contact, you really just kind of sit back, relax, wait to hear from her, make the next date, and then get the fuck off the phone. It's pretty easy. And as her attraction level grows, guess what? She'll start contacting you more and more as the weeks go by until you get to the point where you're seeing each other all the fucking time. I had a phone session with a guy yesterday, and he met a woman at work, and I'm not going to say what he does for a living to respect his privacy, but he met this girl at work, and he's not supposed to hit on women when he's working because he's in a position of authority. But he was like, fuck it. He took the risk anyways. So he started talking to her, made a date, and they started going out. And then he did everything perfect from the beginning. But once he really started caring about her and really started wanting a relationship with her, he started to pursue too much, started to focus on a relationship, and then she started to back off, and then she stuck him in friend zone. But he knew enough at that time to just do nothing, and that's what he did. And then she reached, and by that point he started watching my videos and started reading my book, and she started contacting me. I had a phone session with him yesterday, and what he was saying was that then she left a letter on his car, pouring her heart out, but still kind of leaving things up in the air, not one way, hey, let's get back together, nothing like that. And so what he ended up doing is after a couple of days, he responded to that, and then he sent her a text, and they ended up getting together, and they hooked up all over again. And then just yesterday, after not hearing from her for 2 days, after they had hooked up and had this great makeup sex after not seeing each other for a month, month and a half, whatever it was, she actually asked him out. And that's very rare. Most women will not do that. They'll just call and go, hey, I was thinking about you, something like that. And I was like, dude, your work is done. All you got to do is sit back, relax. When she contacts you, make a date. It's pretty much that simple. And if for some reason you don't hear from her for a full 7 days, then you call her and make the next date. But more than likely, you won't have to do anything. When she reaches out, you make the next date. It's really simple. It makes things, he's like, it just boggles his mind. He's like, I can't believe it's that easy. I was like, yeah, it feels natural, doesn't it? He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't really do it. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be effortless. Because remember, feminine energy is about bonding, connecting, opening up to receive love. And when a woman really starts to feel attraction for you and you're having a great time, you're hanging out, you're having fun and hooking up, everything's fun, and she's associating feeling good and having fun with you because you're always smiling, you're always laughing with her. She wants to spend more time with you. She wants to bond and connect more. She can't help herself. She's naturally wired. Women are naturally wired to do this. And they reach out to bond and connect and to see if you're still interested and you still care. And you make the next date. That reassures her just by the fact of you make the next date. It gives her what she needs. And then a couple of days go by until your next date. And in that period of time, she's going to start to have some fear and some doubts. Haven't heard from him. Does he still like me? Is this next date going to go well? That's where the being unsure of what a guy's feelings are comes. And I explain that in detail in my book because I see a lot of guys go, what does that mean? Read the book because I really go into depth, but that's what happens. When they become unsure, they reach out, and then you make the next date. You give them what they want, and you get what you want, which is is to hang out, have fun, and hook up. He says, after seeing her at college twice, I made it clear that I wouldn't see her again until she made the effort to visit my college. You tell us to be clear and unapologetic about what we desire, and my desire was for her to make the effort. Good for you. Self-love and self-respect demands that you do that. You're a catch. You're awesome too. You're a gift as well. You bring a lot to the table. You want to see that she values that through your actions. Good for you, dude. Good fucking job. He says, when we would see each other, I would focus on your simple yet sound principle of hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. There wasn't a need to complicate things. Why get in the way of what the Creator designed us to be like? It's really simple. He says we were both busy and focused on school, and I will admit, however, that I did have the intention to have this girl become my girlfriend, but I didn't bring up being exclusive because you say not to, and because it takes 7 weeks or so for a girl to fall for a guy. Well, that's under normal circumstances when you live in the same town because you're obviously kind of in a long-distance relationship. You guys shouldn't look at that and go, oh, 7 weeks, ding, 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 oh, she should want to be my girlfriend. Why she's not asking me? Well, in this particular case, you're not spending as much time together as you normally would if you lived in the same city. That's a big reason why. But you can't look at that and go, oh, it's been 7 weeks. Okay, she should be ready to be my girlfriend. Why isn't she doing that? Oh, my God, why hasn't she asked me yet? It's either because you're long distance, you're not spending the time together like this particular guy was, or you're probably still doing things wrong, especially if you're going, hey, it's been 7 weeks. Why hasn't she asked me to be her boyfriend yet? Who fucking cares? It's none of your fucking business. Your job is to create a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. Hang out, have fun, and hook up. Even when you're married, that's your job as the man, to hang out, have fun, hook up. When you're in a relationship, that's your job, to hang out, have fun, and hook up. It's really simple. Don't complicate things. If you look at movies from 40, 50, 60 years ago, the guys are focused on their purpose, their mission in life, and they don't want anything to do with a relationship or commitment or babies or any of that bullshit. They want to see the world. They got things to do, places to go, and people to see. And the women are always scheming and plotting. It's like, how do I get this guy out of myself? How do I get him to want to marry me? And eventually they wear the guy down. Of course he loves her, and eventually he throws in a towel and says sure, and he proposes, and it's happy and beautiful and romantic, all those things. But what do you see in the movies today? It's a complete fucking opposite. Guys act like the biggest fucking pussies. They're like, oh, will you please spend time with me, Your Highness? And of course it works in the movies, and you try that shit in real life, she's gonna be like, you're a fucking bitch, dude. And you're gonna get dumped or friend zoned. It's really great to watch those old, especially like old movies with like Cary Grant. He was really, really fantastic. Any of those, like Jimmy Stewart, It's a Wonderful Life. If you watch that movie, it's the same thing. That's the way women naturally want to nest. And as a woman falls for you more and more, and I talk about this in my book, they want your attention all the fucking time. But if a guy's trying to always get his girl's attention, he's acting like a woman. That's why it turns women off. And a lot of women, they've seen enough movies, they think, well, the guy should act just like he does in the movies. But when a guy does that, it's just like, I don't know, I'm not sure, something's missing. So he continues on. During Easter break, we were both back in the same hometown, and she messaged me that she was bored. I.e., I want you deep inside me, big boy. I took that as her wanting to see me. Ding, ding, we have a winner. Good job. You read, you paid attention. So I picked her up, and we went to play tennis. I found out that she had never had a boyfriend, and I didn't think she would ever ask to be exclusive because she was also shy, so I went for it. See, this is part of your old bad programming and bad behavior. You got to keep in mind, you're both off at college, you're spending a lot of time apart from one another, but you're in your head going, what? It's been 7 weeks, so, oh, she's shy. Okay, let me go ahead and ask her. It was completely unnecessary. But it worked out okay for him in the end. But I personally would not have done this because it's just not necessarily. Because that tells me when she's head over heels in Gonzo, it's going to come up. He says, we had been talking for over 3 months at this point. See, he's looking at the time going, hey, man, it's been 3 months. You know, ding, the turkey must be done, ready to pull out of the oven. So she hadn't brought it up yet. It must be because she's shy. So let me twist her arm and see if she can be my girlfriend. This is the one critique I have about you, dude. He says, I ended up hiding Easter eggs in a park for her to find. In each egg, I wrote a word. When she put the words together, it said, kiss me passionately if you will be my girlfriend. She said yes, and I'm very happy. Although you recommend the girl bring it up, I was confident she would say yes, and I made a bold move. Well, like I said, that's the one thing I would not have done because it's not necessary. Because you definitely run the risk of saying it when she's not there, because if she's not talking about those things when you guys are having conversations, you're laying in bed naked together, she's not emotionally at that place. Now women aren't going to come around and go, hey, you want to be my boyfriend? They'll say things like, where do you see this going? Where do you see us having a future together? Or do you someday want to get married? Do you see yourself getting married and having kids someday? They ask you, and then you always go, what do you mean, honey? What are you asking me? Always ask. Never assume anything. It's the worst thing that you can do. He says, thank you for helping me become a man and achieve happiness. Well, good job for you for mostly following what I teach. But the bottom line is you still got her there. So great. Now you have the official label. So what? Hang out, have fun, and hook up. Just focus on that and don't complicate things. But what you do need to do is you need to... wow, that train's really fucking loud. You need to make sure that you learn the communication skills that are in the back of my book. Because you got to know those things, because otherwise things will start to go sideways if you start arguing and fighting with your girl because you don't know how to communicate with her. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website and clicking the products tab at the top of your screen. And I will talk to you soon.